Welcome back to Talk of the Town on WHTC, Holland's Cool FM, on WHTC.com, and on the WHTC app for your smartphone. Once again, here's your host, Gary Stevens.
Welcome back to Talk of the Town for this Thursday, August 13th. We've had these ladies with us before. It was about a year or so ago. We talked about a program called Hope Packages. And yes, I can ask for you to go to our webpage at WHTC.com in the podcast tab under Talk of the Town. You can go back after all, you can go all the way back to 2014 with our programs. But we don't need to do that to explain a little bit of what Hope Packages is and some of the things that are going on. Alyssa McDonald, Lisa Hovey on the other side of our table this morning. Ladies, welcome back.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yes, thanks for having us, Gary.
And if you have a question about Hope Packages or some of the events that will be going on, we'll be discussing, they'll be happy to take your call at 616-395-1450. Quoting the webpage, which is hopepkgs.org. Hope Packages supplies first night bags that provide necessities for today and hope for tomorrow. I'm going to throw that either at you, Lisa, or you, Alyssa, and let you run with it. Go ahead.
Great. Thank you.
Basically, what exactly is Hope Packages?
Yes. Basically, we create first night bags for children that go into foster care. So that way, rather than them being dropped off at a home that, they have nothing but what they're wearing or items possibly in a trash bag, we create first night bags with all new items for sizes preemie all the way through adult size for the teens.
The importance of having that. Explain.
So having something that is just yours is extremely important for kids who are coming out of such a vulnerable situation. Like Lisa said, they frequently come with nothing. And so they're given this bag filled with items that are just for them. And that can be such a warming feeling to a child because they don't have to share it with somebody. They don't have to wear somebody's hand-me-down clothes. They are given something just for them.
Part of what I would think a foster child would like to have, not only having their own stuff, but a little bit of continuity with maybe, this is not their first foster situation. Talk a little bit about, and this might not be totally involving your ministry, and I can call this a ministry pretty much.
Absolutely.
But talk a little bit about trying to maintain some continuity and how Hope Packages really helps in that regard.
Well, first of all, we work directly with the agencies, and that way they know the children that are coming in to care. And yes, unfortunately, some children do come into care, return home, and go back into care again. But it is still so important for them to be valued and to have them experience their worthiness of having those basic necessities, especially when you're moving in with complete strangers. So we do find that the children love these items. It's just very helpful for them.
It's more than just clothes, isn't it?
Right. We get into basically like new pajamas, socks, underwear, toiletries, things like that for that first night.
Okay. I mean, so it is really more clothes than maybe some other things that could be provided, like toys for the youngers.
Yeah, so we'll do a stuffed animal, a blanket. Sometimes we'll have a bonus item if we have them available. We love when we can do that. And it's, some sort of little fidget toy or something that's been donated. But we've got blankets, stuffed animals,
books sometimes.
Books.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank right now all of a sudden.
Yeah, and it just kind of depends on if it's an infant, if it's a teen. So we try to customize what makes sense to put in their backpack or their diaper bag.
When Lisa and Alyssa, when you talked about dealing with the agencies, they go to you, being Hope Packages, saying, okay, we're going to have this young woman or young man, if it's a teen or this girl or a boy, heading to this foster home. Will they tell you this is what they need? Or is it a case of making it so it's their package instead of, say, So 4-year-old boy, we're going to do this, this, this. 6-year-old girl, this, this, this. And it's not cookie cutter, isn't it?
Well, we do try to streamline things so the agencies do know what to expect. So they will get those basics, and then everything is done according to size. And we do like to make sure they have a few quantities of every size. That way, like if a sibling group comes in, we want to make sure each child receives one.
Okay. I think you know what I'm saying is that sometimes you want to have a personal look. Like if a kid tells the agency that, well, I had a baby doll and I lost it. You might try to help them in that regard?
Sure. If they give us a specific request, we try our best to accommodate what they're asking. Something that's nice, though, is the agencies have typically a decent supply of our first night bags in their office. So they're able to actually go back there sometimes with the kid and let the kid pick out which bag they want. So say they have a 5 to 8-year-old kid and there's Paw Patrol backpacks. That kid could pick a Paw Patrol backpack, or they could pick a solid pink or blue backpack. So there is a good variety in the bags. And absolutely, if the agency says, hey, we really need this, then we're going to do everything we can to give it to them.
Melissa, you're saying Paw Patrol backpacks and bags and stuff like that, considering there's a movie out with the Paw Patrol. you might have to get some more of those.
Yes, my kids have talked a lot about this upcoming Paw Patrol movie.
Yeah, I mean, we have, Spider-Man and, you name it. Lots of unicorns, things like that.
All the sparkly unicorn backpacks. Mm-hmm. Every time I have a 4-year-old, every time she goes in there, she says, Mom, this is so cute. I want it.
But that's not for you.
Right. And then, of course, we do things like Adidas and things like that for the older kids. So we try to figure that out.
How much of a challenge is it to maybe have a pack for a tweener or an early teen?
It's a little trickier. I think that most people find it fun to shop maybe for the younger kids, but there are a lot of teens in foster care as well, and they do appreciate things that maybe their peers have, something similar. So we do try to accommodate to that too.
Yes, we have a lot of 3-month size pajamas and not as many teen size pajamas.
Which means, well, first of all, let's mention if you have a question for Alyssa McDonald or Lisa Boovy, 616-395-1450. They are with Hope Packages. Let me, first of all, explain how long has this ministry been in existence?
Over 10 years.
And what led to the formation of this?
Due to our family fostering for about 13 years, we found out that children will be brought to your door with all they have is what they're wearing. And we found out it was fairly common once you're in that foster care community. So to just see this huge need and think, is this something that we can fill? So we did start out locally, and actually Hope Packages is now in almost every county in Michigan.
Which might be good word of mouth in that regard. They say, hey, they got this thing over in the Holland-Zeeland area. Let's see if we can do it here.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Yeah, we were even going all the way up to the UP. Lisa goes this weekend for
I do.
We have, almost 400 bags going to the UP this weekend. So we are all over Michigan.
Now, that brings up a good point. Does Hope Packages work with maybe... not so much retailers. Well, they might, go into the store to buy some stuff, but do you have work with maybe distributors to be able to, say, hey, we need X amount of this. We can go with the distributor instead of trying to go retail and, clear out the Walmart of what they have on stock.
Yeah, we've attempted to connect directly with some of the big retailers, the big corporations, but we tend to find the most response locally in some of the big box stores. So it's a lot of research, applying for different grants, things like that. And of course, just your neighbors willing to go ahead and donate money, donate items. So it's definitely a group effort.
Speaking about money, obviously, these ladies can flash a smile and get a lot of things going, but you need money to be able to provide.
We do, yes.
All that. And part of that is the thing called Champions of Hope. It's going to be coming up on September the 15th. Tell us exactly what this is and how people can get involved.
It is going to be a fabulous night. We will have a wonderful dinner, live music. We have some special stories we're able to share that night, and it's also just recognizing some of the hearts and hands behind the entire ministry. And tickets are on sale. We have a few tables left also, but it's going to be a fabulous evening.
Tuesday, September the 15th, the study hall at the Midtown Center, the former Howland High School, over on 15th and Pine.
Yes.
15th and Pine. I'm thinking Maple for a minute. No. 15th and Pine over in Howland. And again, the website is hopepackages.org, and there's a link to Champions of Hope for more information on that particular thing. Basically, that's the major fundraiser, or does Packages of Hope have other ways to get revenue to be able to afford what you guys do?
Yeah, so we do one big fundraiser every year. So this will be our big fundraiser. We have other events where we have businesses host drop boxes for us, and that's a great way where people can drop items off that are on our wish list. We have an Amazon wish list that has a good supply of everything that we need on there. We do just a couple things, like we were at Bowerman's Farm 2 weeks ago, and that was a nice fundraiser. So it just depends on what we can get into.
All right. I'm looking on the webpage, and there's a link to a PDF file, How to Host a Packing Party. Explain this, please.
Yes, we find that people love to shop. Imagine that. And so we have set up a kit that basically people can go ahead and gather their friends, neighbors, people from church, whatever that might be, host something at their own home, maybe even at their church. And it just gives great ideas about how to bundle things, what we might be in need of, what goes in specific backpacks and things like that.
All right. I'm looking at some of the figures that is in that document, and probably you're going to need to update. Maybe you can update it. I don't know. Over 10,000 packages packed to date. Can we say 11,000?
Maybe. We can. Yeah, actually, this year in June already, we exceeded last year's total numbers. So
which was 1,470.
Yes. So it's been a very busy year. That's why this fundraiser is very important for us to continue to do this work.
And when Alyssa was saying that Lisa's got to go to the UP, have a safe trip, by the way.
Thank you.
77 counties.
Yes, I think there's 83 total in Michigan.
Yeah, there's 83 in
I think
Michigan.
we're at 77 now.
Okay. And then 2 states. So which way? You gone into Indiana or?
We did. We went into Indiana a little bit, yes.
Okay. So that's the numbers, and yeah, it is a very worthwhile thing. The wish list, and I think we talked about this a little bit the last time you ladies were here. It's along the lines of, say, a wedding or a baby shower, isn't it?
It is.
Explain.
Yep, so it's very similar in regard to, we put the items on there that we are most in need of, and you can go right on the Amazon, select the items that you'd like to purchase, and then it gets shipped right to us. So there's no middleman or anything. You don't have to worry about connecting with us to then bring it in and figure all that out. It just gets shipped right to us, which is amazing.
And there's a shopping list download. In other words, is that like a thing that you can, check off? You download the thing, print it up, or something like that?
Yeah, so if somebody wants to shop locally, we have some great partners that have collection boxes. So if people want to go, say, to Target or Meijer and buy the items on that list, then they can go to, we have Priscilla's Boutique. Who else?
Federal, Great Lakes Clothing Care, several different wonderful stores locally that host these nice boxes for us.
Donating items, item donation, is it a requirement? It's got to be new?
It has to be new. That way when the items go into the home, the kids not only know that this was new and purchased just for them, but also the foster family knows that this is new. They don't have to worry about sanitizing toys, pacifiers, that type of thing, just because unfortunately you don't know the type of situation that kids are coming from. Whether their home was clean or not, foster families don't necessarily want to have that coming into their home and then have to deal with those issues on top of other issues.
And the reason why, Alyssa, I mentioned if it has to be new is that yesterday, we've had this week James Smead from the Community Action House and opening up the 2 resale shops. So unfortunately, you can help them buying resale stuff, but that's got to be for you. It can't be for whole packages.
Right,
Yes.
there you go.
Okay, so that's why I wanted to bring that up along those lines. Financial capital is always good. After all, you guys got to buy stuff. But human capital. Talk a little bit about volunteer opportunities.
Yes, we usually host one morning a week at Hope Packages where we have a few people come in and assist. And that has been so fun just to kind of open that up and people get a closer look at things and hands-on involvement. So that is something that we are involved in. We also participate in Women's Service Day, which is coming up this fall. So that's always another fun thing to look forward to.
Is it getting to the point now where, because of the need, because of the range that Hope Packages is starting to have, as we mentioned, 77 counties, 2 states, and perhaps growing, it's getting to the point now where the nice once-a-month get-together will become, I don't know if we can do this in one day on one. It might have to be more of a thing to do.
Yeah, that's definitely something that we've considered. We have some amazing volunteers that also come in several days throughout the week and pack bags, organize shelves, do an inventory count to see, what we might be low on, that type of thing. We also have people that come in and just volunteer to clean the building. So that is done regularly for us as well. So there's definitely more volunteer happening than just that once a month.
Okay, I'm just
Absolutely.
I'm just thinking of, there was a sitcom, a story, one of the more popular sitcoms, talking about, you make a nice little flower and you start selling it online, and all of a sudden there's hundreds of orders and there's 5 people trying to make all these nice little flowers, and it's like, it overwhelms them. That's why I brought it up with you guys in that regard, because I know it's been a 10-year thing, and you probably but after all, humans don't last forever.
That's right.
And be able to continue this, because this probably is something that hopefully doesn't go away once you guys who helped found it.
Right.
No, hopefully not. It's great. We're able to bring our children in and introduce them to it, and they're hands-on and helping. And I think my kids would love to be involved, once they're out of school and able to do more things.
Mm-hmm.
Just trying to, make sure that this is not just a, sprout up and then all of a sudden, we have some issues, because people get tired.
Right.
People, move on.
You have to think towards the
trade,
future.
Moving away and all that. So, got to do that. Before we finish up and sort of wrap our things about some of the things going on with Hope Packages, I want to step aside for a second, talk a little bit about being a foster parent and what it entails. I know, Lisa, you mentioned the fact that this stemmed from your own experience, and Alyssa, I know that the family has been involved with that as well in your situation too. But for those of us who never have been a foster, either child or foster parent, tell us a little bit about some of the rewards and the challenges of being a foster parent.
Sure. Challenges. There's lots of unknowns. You are saying yes to many unknowns. You never really understand, or most likely are not informed about what the child's gone through. So training and education is very important. You have to be flexible, to be honest. And I think you also have to be willing to connect to some good support groups as far as foster parents. So that's very vital. But rewarding, very much so. I mean, I can tell you we've had kids that come in in pretty sad, unfortunate situations, and just to kind of see them turn around or have some joy. You see a lot of children that have been through things none of us would ever want to even hear about. So just to be a part of some of that healing, or at least planting seeds, it's very, very rewarding, very difficult, but very rewarding.
Lisa, how many times has your family hosted a foster child?
How many times? I think we've had around 19 children. So some as short as like a weekend, some as long as 2 years. So you never really know what some of those lasts are also with the kids.
Emotional attachment. Talk a little bit about dealing with that. Because, yeah, you might only have them for a little while, but if they've been around even a short time, you know, some things get rooted in.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. The mama bear comes out. Yeah, so it's very difficult to say goodbye, and sometimes those goodbyes happen very quickly. Sometimes they're healthy ones, but often very difficult, and you just have to have faith that things will go well.
All right, let's tie this all together here. Hope Pkgs is hosting its Champions of Hope. It's coming up on September the 15th. Tell us again exactly when, where, and when, what time, and how people can get involved with Champions of Hope.
Yeah, sure. So it is September 15th at the Midtown Center here in Holland. We are going to have a gala, so there will be dinner, drinks, live music. We're doing a small award ceremony for our partners that have been with us for a long time, and we're really looking forward to celebrating them. We're going to have some sherry stored by a foster mom. I'm looking forward to hearing more about her story. And it's just going to be a good night to bring the community together.
Let me give you some of the nuts and bolts of this. Yes, it's $100 per person, but it's a fundraiser for Hope Pkgs.
And it includes a fabulous dinner.
Arrival and cocktails at 6:30, 7 o'clock for the dinner and the program. 9 o'clock should wrap things up over at the Midtown Center in Holland. September the 15th, it's a Tuesday night. If you want more information, not just on Champions of Hope, but about Hope Pkgs in itself, the website is hopepkgs.org. That is hopepkgs.org. And with that, Melissa McDonald, Lisa Hovey, thank you very much for joining us today, telling us about this and event, and also a little bit more about Hope Pkgs. Wish both of you well. And I think 12 months from now, let's try to do this again.
That'd be
Perfect.
great. Thanks,
Thank
Gary.
you, Gary.
You've been listening to Talk of the Town on WHTC, Holland's Cool FM, on WHTC.com, and on the WHTC app for your smartphone.
We want to thank Allegan County Prosecutor Mike Villar, along with Melissa McDonald and Lisa Hovey from Hope Pkgs, for joining us today on Talk of the Town. Their segments have been or will be uploaded to our webpage at WHTC.com. In the podcast tab under Talk of the Town, you can listen or download at your convenience for free. Thanks to Brian Spencer, What's New Around Holland. Most importantly, thanks to all of you for listening and being a part of our program today. Tomorrow on Talk of the Town, we should be getting a visit from Ken Bazicki of the Law Office of Kenneth A. Bazicki and Allegan County Administrator Rob Sorrow. Following an NBC News brief, if all goes well, it'll be Lindsay Lawrence's Evergreen Commons Report. For Brian Spencer, I'm Gary Stevens. Thanks for listening to Talk of the Town. Have a good day, and let's do this all again tomorrow.